in Knoxville, Tennessee. Number 3, Alabama. Number 6, Tennessee. Both teams unbeaten. This one just feels a little different.
I could light a match in a heartbeat. Don't try to stop me. About to set it all up.
Hyatt, he's got it. Pick up Rocky Top.
Gibbs, goodbye.
What a day for Hyatt.
Touchdown, Alabama.
Touchdown, Tennessee.
Hyatt, his 5th of the day.
We are tied again.
Man, we got a track meet going, don't we?
Don't we? Who's going to get the last punch?
One more 15-yard throw, and they're going to get a chance to win the game.
9 seconds left. Hendon Hooker throws. It is caught. Brew McCoy. Volunteers try to snap a 15-game losing streak to the Crimson Tide. There's prayers being said in this stadium. Chase McGrath for the win for the Volunteers. On the way, a knuckleball. He got it. And here they come. The misery is over on Rocky Top.
What a night in Tennessee. This is college football at its absolute best.
To the victors, cigars all around.
Everybody's lighting a cigar tonight.
You can smell the cigar smoke here.
That was the nighttime madness on Rocky Top. We transition to the bright sunshine of Tuscaloosa a year later. It is the 3rd Saturday of October. And that means the Home Depot SEC on CBS brings us the Volunteers and the Crimson Tide. Number 17, Tennessee, and number 11, Alabama, on a picture-perfect day in Tuscaloosa. You take a look at the standings in the SEC. Georgia idle this week, a date with Florida that we'll have for you next week. Tennessee trying to move into that number 2 spot if they can pull an upset on the road today. In the West, Alabama, the only unbeaten at 4-0. They've got a date with LSU right here 2 weeks from now. That's how things are tightening up as we have the road to Atlanta all paved. And it always seems to go through Tuscaloosa at some point. As the Tide rolls in, we roll into the booth. Welcome, everybody. I'm Brad Nussler with Gary Danielson and Jenny Dell. Just got chills looking at that opening, Gare. It's always almost an honor to be able to do a classic like that.
It was a great night, great competitors. A lot was on the line, and feels a little bit today. These two teams feel a lot is on the line in this game.
Well, you know, I don't think we're going to have 840 passing yards, and I don't think we're going to have 101 points today because it's really a different setup this year.
It is, Ness, but you know, I was thinking about this game, and I'm thinking that it goes to the quarterbacks, but I think you'd agree. Both of these franchises believe if they get a little bit more from their quarterback, they can win this conference.
Well, yes, and
no
they
doubt.
got to get more.
They do, and they're a little bit different quarterbacks as they play for their team. Let's start with the Alabama quarterback, Jalen Milroe. He's new to this team. He's showed against Texas A&M what he can do. He took that pass offense, threw for over 300. But what can he do against this Tennessee vaunted defense? On the other side, Joe Milton, big promise, taking over for Hendon Hooker a year ago. In the bowl game, it was going to be easy. He's just going to walk right in here, the same explosive plays. It has not happened yet. Could it happen again for either one of these guys? Be a big story in this game.
Alabama's given up 31 sacks this year, so Jalen Milroe may be running for his life. It seems like every week over the past 3 weeks, we've had a sack-happy group on defense. Yeah. Tennessee's another one.
So when Josh Heupel came into the league, everybody said, oh, he's going to bring in offense. But this version of his Tennessee team is built around that defense. They are dynamic. They rush the passer. They produce tackles for loss in the running game. They have been the reason this Tennessee team is in position to make a run at the East. But in this game, they're going to need a little bit more from their quarterback in the game. And if they get it, they can do it. I think the key matchup, the Alabama offensive line. They must give protection because they've given up a lot of sacks so far.
They've got a freshman playing left tackle, and that's always tough. But when you talk about Alabama, their defense, week in, week out, keeps going up like that.
No, Nick Saban doesn't like anybody talking about the other team's defense. He's backed up balance with his team. This team is built around their defense and being balanced. Let's see what they got.
All right, Jenny Dell's down on the sideline where things are getting personal.
Yeah, the sting of last year's loss remains with the Crimson Tide. The sea of orange, the ringing in their ears, the smell of cigar smoke. It is all bitter memories for them. And Alabama players, they told me that this game is personal. Jalen Milroe said there's an extra hunger within this team. Everyone understands the assignment. Now, guys, Coach Saban challenged the fans to have an impact in this game by disrupting that up-tempo Tennessee offense. And the stakes, they are higher than ever. And this rivalry, it has become a pivotal crossroad in the SEC, guys.
No doubt. And it's the 106th renewal. A beautiful day in Alabama. Sunny and 80. A packed house at Bryant-Denny Stadium, as always. And those fans, as Jenny said, looking for a little payback from what happened a year ago when Tennessee snapped the 15-game losing streak. Alabama won the toss and deferred. So Will Riker will tee it up. And D. Williams, who we saw take a punt return for a touchdown last week, is back at the goal line for Tennessee. Third Saturday in October. Let's do it. And they'll let this one go, and Tennessee will bring it out to the 25-yard line. And that'll bring us our Papa John's lineups. Starting with Joe Milton. Last week, only 100 yards through the air. That probably is not going to do it today. Third season at Tennessee, first couple of years at Michigan. Last year, the backup to Hendon Hooker. When Hooker went down to an injury, he took over, was the MVP of the Orange Bowl in the win over Clemson. But now the heat is on him on the road in this atmosphere at Alabama. Jalen Wright in the backfield with him. He's going to throw out to Wright in the flat. Jalen Wright made one guy miss, got a block, and picked up about 4 as we take a look at the rest of the offense. Squirrel White, a couple of weeks ago, had a big game. Last week, kind of quiet. They can get him in some open space. They can make some things happen. He's their leading receiver. Quick throw, and it's out to Squirrel. Just a short gain, knocked out of bounds. It'll be third down against the Alabama defense that has been getting better week in and week out. And Malachi Moore, who didn't play from that star position a week ago, back in there, and that's really good news for the back end of their defense. There's Malachi. Third down and 6. Here they come. Milton flushed out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it and get the first down as he buries Malachi Moore over there. And they have a little chat.
So Joe Milton heard the criticism from a week ago. Early in that football game, he had a couple of runs where he could have put that shoulder down and got first downs. I thought he had a good second half when he ran the ball. I think it's an important part of this game. Will they run him more?
Now play action. Joe looking to throw to the outside. Rips one over to Squirrel White again. Who got about 5 more. So immediately number 10 has an impact on this opening drive with 2 catches.
Really feel like the surprising thing about both quarterbacks is they don't design more runs for them. I expect it in this game.
Second down and 3. Jalen Wright trying to cut to the edge. And he'll get just enough, I think, for the first down as he goes out of bounds in front of the Alabama sideline. He's a patient runner, isn't he?
He is. I think he's a little short now, by about a half a yard.
Goes out right there.
Yeah, he
right
could have got it. I think he misjudged the first down line.
See if he can get it here. And he does. Got it to midfield. First down, Tennessee.
So again, so far in this game, the Josh Heupel offense has not substituted. That means that Alabama has not been able to substitute. Here's an injury.
Well, that'll be a substitute.
Yep.
First man down on the game. Alabama player down on the inside.
Is it Keenan?
I think so. Tim Keenan. One of the anchors, Birmingham native.
Well, they're really deep at that defensive tackle spot, but they don't want to lose him. He's been playing some of his best football.
We'll check on Tim. Be back in a moment. Tim Keenan, the good news is, jogged off on his own power. Bad news is he goes into the injury tent.
Yeah, I think it like usual when it gets inside that line, he had players fall on him from behind and felt either his knee or ankle tweak a bit.
He had a huge game down at Texas A&M, 8 tackles and a sack in the one we did. 13 games since the last opening scoring drive. Right now, Tennessee's got a first down right at midfield. Milton strike again, Squirrel White, 11 more yards and a first down.
Well, that's a good sign right there for this Tennessee offense. It wasn't a perfect throw, but the receiver helps out the quarterback. That's how you get the quarterback feeling confident that he can throw it anywhere and they can make a catch.
So they worked it at the 39 of Alabama here on their opening march. Milton loads and fires long to the end zone. Did he get it? Touchdown! The Squirrel stretches out at the goal line.
Now, did he drag his foot or did the ball move? I thought I saw the ball move at the end of this. They do call touchdown. His foot goes. Does the ball move when he hits the ground? That looked nothing. Perfect throw. Great technique. Drags his left foot. Now, does he control the ball? Again, nothing so far to overturn this call.
Our AT&T 5G pylon cam. Gene Steratore is with us.
Yeah, I'm with Gary on it. I think just an amazing play by the receiver. He does stick that catch. I don't see movement there. He's pulling it back in.
It is under review.
It is an amazing catch.
He caught the back end of the ball.
He did. A great throw. He catches by the white stripe. He brings it in. Remember, he just had the great catch on the slant. Gets his left toe down. And right after the slant, you'll see Squirrel. I think he comes down and up on kind of one of those wheel route plays. Gets the matchup he wants. And then a perfect throw. You get your slot receiver matched up against an outside linebacker, Chris Braswell right there, number 41.
You've seen about every look we're going to see. And again, there you see catch the back end of the ball.
Amazing catch. Great throw. Great technique. Threw to the right guy. And do we see anything? I don't think so. That's a catch.
That's going to cap an opening 75-yard drive. And just a remarkable athletic feat just to get to the ball. Here's a call. Touchdown, Tennessee.
So how about Joe Milton? We were wondering, when is he going to bust out? I think that early run, he heard it, when last week when you didn't stretch it out for that first down. Second half, he took on a few players running the ball, comes out, feels the emotion of the game, 5 for 5.
For 60 yards and a touchdown on the drive. Charles Campbell in for the point after. Good. What a way to start on the road for Tennessee. 75 yards in 8 plays. Joe Milton perfect. And Marquavius Malik White, the flying squirrel, for the Tennessee touchdown. And unbelievably opening drive for Tennessee. Cover the length of the field.
And Squirrel White, 2 great catches. The slant was slightly behind, helps out the quarterback. And like I said, once you feel confident the receiver can grab it, bigger target for the QB.
Turbeville to kick off for the Balls. And Alabama will let this one go out the back of the end zone.
I'll tell you what, Joe Milton did a great job right here. First of all, look at this. Alabama is only going to rush 3 players, and he sees the matchup he likes. That's Chris Braswell right there, the outside linebacker matched up against his slot. Then he looks and says, is it man-to-man or not? I got the matchup I want, perfect throw. But as Braswell covers, watch him look to see, where's my help? And there is none, and he knows he's in trouble. You wonder if there was supposed to be someone back there to help that matchup.
As good a player as Chris Braswell is, that's not the lineup you want.
No, I bet you when he came to the bench, somebody did not do their assignment behind him.
So now it's Alabama from the 25. No row, nobody there for the fake handoff. He's going to throw short and pick it up out to the 31-yard line. As we take a look at the Papa John's lineups, starts with Jalen Milroe out of Katy, Texas. He's got his first completion on that pass out across the 30. Jace McClellan, who just caught that ball, a single setback. And here's Milroe keeping. And tripped up. Looked like he had a little bit of an opening. Aaron Beasley closed it.
Well, as we suspected, will they call more running plays for the quarterback? This is a designed run, and from inside out, Beasley makes the play. That was a big play right there.
No kidding. He'd still be running.
I think McDonald helped him. Wasn't it number 12? I think it was Terry McDonald that helped make that play.
And it brings up a 3rd down.
Still run pass situation here, not 3rd and long.
4th in the conference in 3rd down conversions. It's McClellan trying to run for it. Not quite.
So no. You know, that's what the Alabama offense needs. Like these 3rd and 2s or 3s. How come they're not picking these up? That time nobody handled Elijah Herring, the middle linebacker, number 44. No rub off to help. Hard to run the ball up the middle without blocking the middle linebacker.
They had a 3rd and 3 and only got 2, so that means Burnip will come in to punt, and D. Williams waits back at the 10-yard line. Williams runs up on this one and gets out of the way and hopes that his teammates do. It's going to take an Alabama roll inside the 15 down around the 14-yard line. So it's ringing out for the Tide offense. Tennessee's offense was humming the first time they had it. We'll see what they do when we come back.
Having friends over for the next game? Just tell Siri. Text Sam. Don't forget the pizza.
We've got a little over 100,000 friends over for this one. Stay in the know with CBS Sports HQ. 24/7 free network brings you the latest news, picks, scores, and highlights from all the sports you love. Watch CBS Sports HQ anywhere, anytime, all the time. Gary will be on with the HQ team after our game.
Well, good news for Alabama, and that's Tim Keenan back on the field.
Good. That's good to see. Now let's see if the fans will gear up again, as they were quieted by Joe Milton and company with those numbers on Tennessee's opening drive. Here's a pitch. Jalen Wright can't find anywhere to go and loses yardage. Just checking with Jenny.
Well, Gary, you mentioned that slow start last week for Joe Milton. He took all the blame. He told me that everyone else was on the same page, but he felt disconnected. He said this week he needed to get going early in the game, and that is exactly what we saw, guys.
Boy, no doubt. Loss on a play, 4 for Wright. Trying to get it back here, and will +1. But it's still going to bring up 3rd down.
So my thinking is that the Alabama defense, as good as A&M's front 7 is, and they're pretty good, obviously, they're more of an attacking defense and create some openings when they go for their tackle for losses. Alabama does more of a 2-gap. They engage and they look and they try to build the fence. Let's see if they can control that really good Tennessee running game.
They're going to try to force the first incompletion of the game for Milton. And it's Squirrel White, and he dives forward. I think his knee hit before he got to the first down marker. He's a couple yards shy.
Really good call there by Josh. Expected the blitz, got the blitz, and almost creased it. If it wasn't for Moichi, number 92, making that play, that would have been a first down.
So Tennessee's got to give it up. Kool-Aid McKinstry Back around the 30-yard line for Alabama on the Jackson Ross upcoming punt. Waits and finally kicks it. And McKinstry's just got to get everybody out of the way. Makes a Tennessee roll dead around the 30.
Good poison call. You could see the Alabama players running away from the football.
Alabama down 7 in the 106th meeting between these two rivals. Now it's time for Do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot. Gary.
Well, something that you do smart when you're rushing the passer is mix it up. James Pierce right here. That's kind of the bull rush. That's one way to do it. Then you can do it faster. You just do the speed rush. Oh, that one you can't get away with. And then how about this? You start one way, and then you cut inside. That's athletic play, and that's why that guy is so difficult to block, and why I think one of the key matchups is J.C. Latham over here. They're going to help the freshman on the left side by chipping, but it's going to be J.C. Latham, number 65, all alone, all day.
There you see them, and they are lined up against each other on a first down from the 30 for Alabama. And there's Pierce. He's second only to Dallas Turner of Alabama in the sack totals this year. He's got 6, and we saw him raise havoc a week ago. First down for the Tide. Blitz coming from the secondary. Milroe stands in, waits, fires, and got it all the way out to the 48-yard line to Malik Benson. Nice throw and catch.
Yeah, you know, he had time. You're not right. The blitz did come, but they disguised it so much that it was too late to get there. And that opened up the easy throw. Watch J.C. Latham. Here's the matchup. One-on-one. He's got him, and he finished him.
And a pickup of 17 for the Alabama offense. Back to the ground game, and Jace McClellan gets it across midfield to the 48 of Tennessee.
So watch the All-American, one of the early draft choice, J.C. Latham, number 65. He's going to get inside and get on that linebacker this time. That's what creases it. Go inside, boom, get on the middle linebacker and toss him around.
Second down and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. McClellan, nothing this time. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Aaron Beasley stops the Alabama offense that looks like this. We haven't had time. Isaiah Bond, the leading receiver for Alabama, hasn't had a catch yet, and everything's been going so fast we haven't been able to set the offense and defense for Alabama and the defense for Tennessee. But I can tell you the highlighted guy is Pierce, who Gary just did some Project Smarter with. Roydell Williams in the backfield for the first half today for Alabama.
It's a great matchup all game. I mean, there's 2 NFL players on the field. Both of them great. They'll both have plays that they make. Watch them all day.
3rd and 5. Milroe going to go deep. And out of bounds. No chance for Bond to catch that. And it's 4th down.
And they'll have to punt it. I would think. I mean, it's at that just past midfield right here. Tennessee is going to play defense safe. They're going to keep their defense out there and make sure that this is a punt. Puts Squirrel White back there, but he's going to keep a defensive front out there.
So Burnham set for his second punt.
This is a message to Alabama, like if you're going to fake it, you're going to beat our defense here.
Burnham just straight away with the kick, high end over end. Fair catch called for and taken at the 14-yard line by D. Williams. And Tennessee gets it back at the midway point of the first quarter with a 7-0 lead. So Alabama got things moving a little bit on that drive before they had to punt it away. The UEFA Champions League, the biggest tournament in club soccer. Matches continue this Tuesday and Wednesday, highlighted by PSG versus AC Milan, all streaming on Paramount Plus. Now the crowd coming to life behind Joe Milton. Jabari Small, part of that 3 running back package for Tennessee's in there. This is going to be a little option, a late pitch to Small, and he puts his shoulder down and picks up a good gain. As Caleb Downs, a freshman, put him down. Josh Heupel in his third year, and what a job he's done, reigning SEC Coach of the Year from last season.
And a good job adjusted to a different style this year. They're a running team first.
Milton fires outside, completes, and a first down, and getting away and almost breaking free was Ramel Keaton.
Well, how about that? The old comeback route. You know, usually you get this bump and run to the outside. No, this man-to-man to the outside. Good shot. Right to the outside. Easy. It's a read route. Most of the Tennessee routes are read after the snap. Guys playing off, give me the comeback right down the stem.
Milton still slinging it out there. He's perfect. Now it's the option coming the other way. This time he will give it up at the very last second to Jabari Small, who goes out after a short gain. I think Joe kind of hit an indecisive spot there and said, I don't really know what to do with this.
And he said, you know, Jabari, if one guy's going to get hit here, it's going to be you.
And he just got tapped out of bounds. Second down and 8. Small made the first man miss, and then the cutback got to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Again, that's that Alabama defense that they depend on. They want to bounce those runs outside. Now, you mentioned, I mean, Jalen Wright does that really well, but that's the way you have to play this offense. You cannot let them gash you between the tackles. You have to bounce it outside, and it becomes difficult because you're basically playing 9-on-9 because their receivers are so wide, they take your corners out of the run game defense.
No run support from the edges.
No.
Milton, plenty of time, rips it complete. White again, and another first down.
So remember, that slot position a year ago from Jalen Hyatt scored 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, and over 200 yards.
Over
receiving.
200 yards. So I'm not surprised that they don't go back to the slot and say, well, let's see if they can stop it. And so far, they got a touchdown, a slant, and then the first down.
And Squirrel White, another 12-yard pickup. He's already got 6 catches. And that touchdown. Milton, here comes the heat from Tim Smith. And Joe's going to run far side, get what he can, and out of bounds, and there's a flag. I thought Tim Smith might have gotten held, but maybe not.
I think it is going against Tennessee. John Campbell, number 74, doesn't look too happy. Is he the guilty one?
Number 54.
It is. Right here, left side. Kind of go out of picture before we see exactly the finish of the play.
Number 50 is the guy that got dragged down. So that backs up Tennessee behind the chains for really the first time.
3-man front again.
Quarterback draw. Milton found an opening off the left side and just dives forward for what he can get, which is a good gain.
Watch, just by shifting out the running back, what Alabama has to do, they put 3 players really wide, way wide out here. They're all out of it, running the quarterback draw. The formation creates the space.
Dylan Sampson straight up the middle. Sampson spins his way to the 36, and another volunteer first down.
How would you like to have your game breaker be your number 3 running back? Runs through a tackle, spins through a tackle.
Now Milton going to fire the other way. Complete, nice catch. Just snagged out in front of him, and Tennessee just moving it down the field. It's Keaton again.
Same route, playing off on the outside. Run right back down the stem. Wherever you come from, go back the same way. The ball will be there. That's the signal to the quarterback.
Alabama's defense getting sliced and diced right now by Milton. And the Tennessee offense. And a shot down the middle that's incomplete. That one was intended for Dante Thornton. So everybody can catch their breath a little bit with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Was this a drop ball or a deflected ball? I could not tell. Oh, that's a drop ball. I mean, you got a quarterback having a perfect day, 9 for 9, and you drop number 10.
Yeah. Kind of slowed up with number 32 coming into the picture.
I know. I mean, that's the first mistake that Tennessee has made on offense.
Joe Milton's already got more passing yards than all of last week, and we've got 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Throws to the tight end, and he's ripped down around the 17-yard line. That's McCallan Castles. Tassel's transferred, spent some time at UC Davis, a couple years at Cal. And with that gain brings up a 3rd down and short. And they're going in a hurry.
Man, what a job by that Tennessee offensive line.
And Sampson acting like Sampson right now. He's still not down. I think they're going to put him at about the 6-yard line.
Watch this offensive line right up the gash, right up the middle, right behind Cooper Mays. Inside. Oh, does he take that nose tackle? Cooper Mays, who did not play the first 4 games, they didn't have him against Florida in their only loss on the road. He makes a difference.
So it's 1st and goal, Tennessee.
Both of these teams have struggled inside the red zone for touchdowns.
Yep.
11th and 12th in the SEC in first downs inside the red zone.
Just outside the 5. Milton in the gun. Dylan Sampson, who's gotten a lot of the rushing yardage on this series, and Milton's got the rest of it. And Joe got to the 5, and that's about it. And here's what Gary was talking about with the red zone situation. Week 1, perfect. Since, not so much.
And they are 12th in the SEC in red zone touchdowns.
Alabama fans are hoping that statistic doesn't change. They faked the sweep to Sampson on his hit en route.
I think it was Lawson, number 32, that got his hand on it.
Yep, Delonte got a paw on that one down near the goal line.
Little ride here. Here's Lawson. Let's see what he does. He play and run. Nope, back up and make a wonderful play.
It's a good vertical jump by number 32 right there. 3rd down and goal.
Probably some kind of rub out here.
3 wideouts up to where Gary just circled. Milton waits, fires late, incomplete. Intended for Sampson. Delonte Dawson with another play defensively out there covering.
So that's a big stop. This Alabama defense is reeling, but they get a stop and force a field goal. Interesting call here. They go man-to-man to the outside, just a bit outside. I think Lawson gets his hand on the running back that time and keeps him from getting out there, Sampson, to make that catch.
Charles Campbell, who's 9 out of 11 on the year, will try a 24-yard field goal. He hit a couple last week from 31 and 24. And he's got this one up and through. So Tennessee stretches its lead. Josh Heupel's team on the road.
One more stretch. Watch the stretch of the jersey just outside. Just after Lawson got his hand on Sampson and slowed him down. Big stop for the Alabama defense.
Not much to cheer about for the Alabama fans yet. They trail 10-0 with 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Another long scoring drive, though it was only 3 for Tennessee. 15 plays to get that field goal. Let's send it back to Adam Zucker in our New York studio for a Jeep update. Zuck.
Hey, Ness, Gus Malzahn and UCF, they got a touchdown to get within 2 of number 6 Oklahoma. They felt the need for a trick play. They go for a double pass attempt, but Kendall Dolby surrounds Xavier Townsend, and the Sooners hold on, staying perfect, 31-29.
Wow, what a finish. Here we're early, but it's all Tennessee so far.
It's early, but it's an important drive for Alabama. 25 plays on a pace for Tennessee for 100 plays in the first quarter, 25 already.
Roydell Williams on the carry for about 4. Elijah Herring on the defense for Tennessee. That has quite a group, an outstanding group, including James Pierce, who we talked about, second in the SEC in sacks. Beasley, an outstanding linebacker. Tank McCullough and those guys on the back end who came up with a couple of key interceptions in the second half last week to preserve their win. Jalen Milroe stands tall. Now he has to scramble around and finally get rid of it.
Here it comes with the third down again. Remember what they're facing here. They've only run the ball. They've only had 7 plays in the first quarter. Coming down, it's just man free, playing man coverage. Safety in the middle of the field, nowhere to go with the ball. The last 2 third downs not made, and that's why they've had a 3-and-out and a 4-point out. Basically, Alabama has had one good play, right. The crossing route.
That 17-yard pickup. Yep. Right now they need 6. Milroe, look out from behind.
Ball's on the ground.
And Tennessee's got it.
James Pierce went to the other side and worked on, I think it was Proctor over there, number 74. Pierce switches to the other side so he doesn't have to go against Latham, and he just bull rushes. We showed one of his rushes, right, Ness?
Yep.
This time he bull rushes Proctor. He's over here. He's got the true freshman this time. Watch him push him right back into the quarterback, and he reaches around.
Wow.
And steals it. What a play.
No help for the freshman that time, and the wraparound by Pierce forces a fumble. Norman Lott with a recovery. And obviously great field position for the Volunteers at the 23-yard line. So now Milton and company with a golden opportunity here with 1:16 remaining in the first quarter. He fakes the pitch to Jabari Small, looking to throw off the run, and got it complete. Squirrel White again.
What a nice job by Squirrel White. He's the original receiver, the #1 guy in the flat. He doesn't get the ball right away, so he wheels up. And Joe Milton finds him. Another great catch by Squirrel.
14 yards more for Squirrel White and Joe Milton. And it's 1st and goal. Trying to take advantage of the fumble. From the 9-yard line. Milton, quick look to the left into the corner, and overshot and incomplete, intended for Caleb Webb.
Yes, you know, another story early in this game, as you're watching this pass just a little bit outside on the fade route. No false starts by Tennessee. Against Georgia last year, we did that game. They had 5 in the first half. Against Florida, they had 3 key first down false starts on first down in the red zone. Nothing.
Noise isn't bothering them at all.
Not at all.
Milton maybe got a yard. Dallas Turner forced that inside.
They're not beating themselves, making it hard on themselves. 1 holding penalty, and they were able to get around that.
3rd down to go. And just to hold Tennessee to only 3 here would be big for Nick Saban's defense.
Yep.
They've been out there the whole game so far.
Yep, that's the... No, that sticks out in this offense. They're not producing touchdowns in the red zone.
From the 8, Milton fires to the corner just a little bit high.
Got a touchdown.
Jacob Warren, the veteran tight end, just couldn't quite get to it.
They go bunch and they rub to the flat. Warren's right here, and he goes to the back of the corner. They're going to rub to the flat. Nothing there. Take the second receiver. Would have been a really good catch, but it would have been a touchdown, obviously, had he caught it. It's high.
Just that much too high.
Just a little too high. It's not a drop. It's just could have been better.
Tonight, Charles Campbell, who just hit from 24 a couple of minutes ago. This will be from 26 from the other hash mark.
I'll tell you, Nick Saban will meet his defense and give them a hand for that.
Well, 2 trips in the red zone, but both times field goals, 13-0. New CBS Wednesday, Survivor's back with a new tribe and 90-minute episodes all season long. It's the biggest season of Survivor ever. New Wednesday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. 11 seconds remaining first quarter. Turbeville's kick. It's going to be fielded and brought out. And Kendrick Law gets out across the 20, but that's about it.
Hey, Ness, what do you do if you're Tommy Rees, first-year offensive coordinator for Alabama? Can't run the ball, having trouble pass protecting. What do you dial on that play? There's Tommy right there.
I don't know, like you said, with the exception of that one nice pass to Isaiah Bond, there hasn't been any offense.
I mean, you admire Jalen Milroe's trust in his offensive line, but he has to kind of get that mental clock working a little bit faster.
He's holding it a long time.
A little too long.
Probably the final play of the quarter here. Milroe in a pistol set. Going to give it off to Jace McClellan. Trying to get to the second level and backpedals, and his offensive line pushing him for about a 7-yard gain to end quarter number 1. Well, we got a lot of football left. 3 more quarters, but it's one of those, who saw this coming? Tennessee, Squirrel White, a great first quarter. 13-0 Vols. $13-0 going into the second quarter. Jenny talked with Nick Saban during the break.
Coach, how do you get this team to reset and get back into this game?
Well, really what we got to do is get off the field on third down on defense. You know, we've had opportunities to get off the field. They made 3 or 4 third downs that extend drives. And when you play a team like this, you got to get off the field. And offensively, we just got to get it going. You know, I mean, you know, we've just not had enough positive plays, but I think we'll get a plan together and get it moving here.
Thank you, Coach.
Let's see. So far, 2nd down and 4 to open the quarter. And here's a little end around. Kendrick Law into the secondary and all the way, and that's getting it going. Coach Saban.
Yeah, which is nice here. It's going to count as passing yards in this attack, and it only had to travel a half a yard. Gets the outside, and Kendrick Law shows you what kind of athlete he has when he has the football. Get it going. They found a way to get it going.
Yeah, they did. 34 yards later, they got it at the 39 of Tennessee. That's the biggest play so far for the Alabama offense. Now it's Jace McClellan. Maybe 3 on that one. Statistically in the first quarter, all Tennessee.
Yeah. Alabama fans, you might want to turn away from this one.
29 plays. Scary said we're on pace for over 100. Roydale Williams back in the Alabama backfield. At 2nd and 7. Isaiah Bond in motion. And they're going to throw back screen to Roydale, and that went nowhere.
And Kamal Harris stayed home. The cornerback that time. A lot of motion, a lot of people going different directions. But as you look at this Tennessee defense, as the motion goes, nobody follows them. They're in a zone. They're keeping all eyes on the quarterback, and Kamal Harris makes the big tackle.
He had a good game last week, including an interception in the second half. And a nice open field stop by Haddon there.
Well, let's see what the pass rush does. There's the game right here. 3rd down. They've not been able to handle the pass rush.
Black went out in a slot and now comes back into the core of the offense in his tight end position. They're going to try to get Jalen Milroe some room, but nothing doing. And Omar Norman Lott with a sack.
Yeah, Omar Norman Lott did not play a week ago, but he's playing today, and he read the zone keep that time perfectly. And that takes him out of field goal range, too. I think it would have been about a 53-yarder. We'll watch him play the running back and the quarterback. Makes the play.
And instead of a Will Reichert attempt, it's going to be a punt by Burnip. Boy, that was just too fast.
Yeah, he was thinking quarterback, no doubt. You go, guys, you got to call the running back. I got the quarterback.
Burnip now would like to knock this thing inside the 10 somewhere.
Well, it could happen. Oh, it bounced forward.
Makes the end zone. So they'll bring it out to the 20. Tennessee, a 13-0 lead here in the second quarter.
One more quick point. It was Kamal Haddon that made the nice tackle, not Kamal Harris. That's a different whole thing, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. Let's test your knowledge with today's Aflac trivia question. It's not about Kamal Haddon. Which 3 teams have won back-to-back games versus Nick Saban in the SEC? That's not a long list, I can tell you that much.
For sure. Either way, he made a good play on the screen pass.
He didn't play in this game last year, but he's had back-to-back weeks with interceptions.
Absolutely.
Milton going to throw it out. Tough just to make the catch for Jalen Wright. Picked up a couple. That's about it.
Well, as much as the Alabama defense has been run on and moved on, those 2 first-and-goal stops could be a huge story if they can get another one.
That one's incomplete, a little bit behind Ramel Keaton.
Just remember, as this game goes along, 2 first-and-goals ended up being field goals.
I was just going to say, the way this thing's going offensively for Alabama, it might be their defense that has to win it. But I guess, like you said, they've already had 2 semi-wins to force those field goals.
Easily could have been 21-0.
Yeah. And they got a chance maybe here on a 3rd and long. Joe Milton, 50% on his 3rd down conversions today. This one's 3rd and 7. He's going to flare it out to right. Looking for blockers, nothing there. Wrestled out of bounds, Terry and Arnold. And that'll force a punt.
So as Nick said to Jenny, 3rd down, we have to win. We let him out of the bag in the first quarter too many times. This time, Tennessee tries to just run a safe play on 3rd and long, and they're going to punt the ball.
Jackson Ross with Kool-Aid McKinstry back on the other end. Kool-Aid around the 35. Ross had that huge punt last week that landed at the 1-foot line that helped Tennessee win the game. This time the left foot. And McKinstry has to get out of the way. It's a nice weapon to have. It doesn't matter for the punter. He doesn't care if he kicks him left-handed, left-footed, right-footed. That was a left-footed one.
And Alabama had the block on. He went the other way.
Smart move. 13-0 Vols right now. And now it's time for our reliable connection presented by T-Mobile 5G Home Internet. Here's Jenny.
Well, Brad, the Tennessee-Alabama rivalry is now famously known as the 3rd Saturday in October. This tradition, it started during the 1939 iteration of the game, which Tennessee won 17-0. Over the years, this rivalry has seen its fair share of memorable moments, including the block kick in 2009, and of course, last season with Tennessee breaking up that 15-game win streak that Alabama was holding on to, guys.
That first one that Tennessee won, I don't know if General Neyland was even a general yet. I think he was a captain at that time.
When are they going to get the ball to Jermaine Burton is what I want to know.
Jalen Miller wants to get it to anybody except that. Dropped at the line of scrimmage.
So we did the Texas A&M game early in that game. Remember, he had 12 targets in that game. Last week against Arkansas, I looked up his targets. He only had the ball thrown to him 3 times. So far, just over a quarter, nothing. He's their best receiver.
There he is, number 3. 2nd down and 10. Burton in the slot. Here's some option. McClellan looking for blockers, got away, puts his shoulder down, and just about got the first down.
Well, when you don't get the ball, sometimes you don't want to do the other things, but this time Jermaine Burton does block on the edge. There he is. He handles his guy. That's what you got to do. Be patient, stay in the game, get your blocks. Eventually that ball's going to find you.
Tennessee's got 13 points. Alabama's got 17 plays. So he did just get the first down at the 49 of the Volunteers. McClellan trying to go straight up the middle. Maybe 3 there before Aaron Beasley and company brought him down. Alabama uses all their tailbacks. McClellan, Roydale Williams. They started to use some of their younger guys, Jam Miller and Justice Haynes, a little bit more in previous weeks, but I'm sure they just want experience in there right now. 2nd and 7. Isaiah Bond in motion. Milroe barely had time to get the screen away, and then it was blown up. Dupree, the tight end, I think would have been the intended target.
Yeah, we already saw that play once in this game, too, a little bit successfully this time. As you say, getting a fast rush in his face, and he doesn't get it over his head. Orbit motion, get it, here comes from the outside, and knocked down just as he gets it by Josephs.
Joshua Joseph with a nice defensive play forces 3rd and 7. And right now, Alabama 0 for on their 3rd down conversions.
Pierce is back over here on this side.
Milroe really needs a hook up here. Jalen fires, and he's got his hook up, and it's Burton. 1st down, Alabama.
And nice job this time. He reads the coverage and gets the ball. Good protection. Burton comes inside and goes back out. Nice way to read it. He knows right where the soft spot is. Delivered. But the key thing again, J.C. Latham gives him time. That's that matchup. A little bit of time to throw the ball, and guys are going to be open.
22-yard pickup. From the 24, a little short shovel pass, Isaiah Bond, and Bond got another 1st down and took his man Haddon out of bounds with him with maybe a shoulder injury.
You can see the creativity that Tommy Rees is having to turn to already in this game to move the football. They have to be exotic in the way they are calling their plays, and I think it's Kamal Haddon feels his right shoulder right there at that pop, right?
So Haddon shaking up to that right shoulder in there, and that's what he's holding.
Yeah. Jeez. Interesting play, a little toss to the outside.
It was just shoulder to shoulder, Bond to Haddon, and Bond got the better of that and tells him about it. So Kamal will head over on his own power, but we'll see if that's just a little stinger or if he's going to be able to come back.
Yeah, important player, their best cover corner.
Man, this hurts worse than we think. He's taken a knee twice now. Well, we check on him with the trainers. Got a moment here to answer the Aflac trivia question, which was, which 3 teams have won back-to-back games versus Nick Saban in the SEC? And I said the list isn't very long, obviously. Florida twice when Nick was at LSU. That might have thrown you off a little bit.
Yep. And
with Alabama, LSU in 10 and 11, and Ole Miss in 14 and 15. But as Jenny said in the pregame, actually in our pregame show with the guys back in New York, of revenge games, he doesn't lose many. Nick, that is.
Yeah. So remember now, we've talked about how Tennessee struggles in the red zone. So does Alabama struggle in the red zone.
So 20-2 following a loss, and wins by double digits, 16. Right now they're double digits down to Tennessee in this rematch with 8:44 to go.
Let's see if this Tennessee defense can bow their neck and get a field goal attempt instead of a touchdown.
McClellan nowhere to hide over there. Got a half a yard out of it when all was said and done. Beasley, another tackle.
Great pursuit. Watch this Tennessee defense take on the blocks. You see Herring in the middle of it, works his way out to the outside and is able to handle and clean up the play.
Tennessee only allows 105 yards on the ground a game. Alabama just a notch ahead of them at 104 yards allowed per game. Center judge is going to slow things down here for a second.
Substitution by Alabama. They will allow Tennessee to trot on a player.
And here he comes. Fans not loving that.
Well, because the play clock went down so long, Alabama's going to be forced to take a timeout. It was a late substitution by Alabama, which allowed Tennessee another late substitution. They weren't going to get the playoff.
A late and lazy substitution.
Yeah,
he wasn't hustling too much.
You only have to run. They didn't say run fast.
Yeah. So Alabama down to 2 timeouts. And it'll be a 2nd down and 10 once the conversation over there around Coach Saban is over.
So in a 13-0 game, and the importance of a touchdown here, I think it's a really solid timeout by Alabama right there.
This year, it hasn't been the Alabama offense that we've seen in past years. The fewest points per game in 15 years, fewest yards in the same amount of time, fewest rushing yards since 06.
And don't you feel like the crowd before they get it is waiting for some offense here?
Boy.
They're just like, okay.
They were so fired up at the beginning, and now they're like, wait a minute. It's not supposed to be 13-0 at home. 2nd and 10. Milroe 6 out of 9 for 90 yards. 6 receivers with at least 1 catch. Roydell Williams on the ground. And again, there's just not much there.
Much at all.
A couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and 8.
You can understand you don't want to give up on your running game, but boy, right now it's looking a lot like we did when we did that Texas A&M game, right?
Yes.
Nothing easy in the run game.
Alabama's 8th in the conference in rushing, and that's not normally the way it is. But of course, all the prolific passers they've had over the last several years has made that not really matter too much. It's mattering right now.
Pierce is on the other side again, switched over.
Milroe at 3rd and 7. This time has time to the end zone. Got it. Touchdown, Alabama. And it's Burton for the score.
Makes sense. You think players instead of plays. Go to your go-to guys. Good job by Proctor this time, giving Milroe time to throw the ball. Spin move by Pierce, but beautiful route by Burton and a strike. Watch Caden Proctor hit the spin move, keeps his feet moving. The ball is gone. Nice out move and then hook up. That is timing in the pass route right there.
Extra point by Will Reichert upcoming. Up and good. So just like that, when Alabama so desperately needed some offense, they found it. And much of the drive was the guy Gary said, get him the ball, to Burton on a long one earlier. And then a 10-yard dart caps a 59-yard drive in 9 plays. It's 13-7. Tomorrow, Week 7 NFL on CBS doubleheader is headlined early by an AFC East matchup between the Bills and the Patriots. Later, the Chargers head to Kansas City to meet the Chiefs. Little Herbert Mahomes action there. It all starts at noon Eastern. JB and the guys on the NFL Today. Tomorrow, the NFL is on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Jermaine Burton, a couple big catches on that drive, including the 10-yard touchdown, his 5th touchdown reception of the year. And with 7 minutes and change remaining, Tennessee's lead cut to 13-7. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, and our CBS crew here on a beautiful, sunshiny day in Tuscaloosa.
Well, the Alabama defense has given up 186 yards, but it's the 2 stops of 1st and goal and forcing Tennessee into 3 points that has kept Alabama in this football game. 2 1st and goals. It's 13-0 instead of 21-0, and 1 touchdown means ball game.
Yep. And that 1 touchdown sort of ignited the crowd. As we were talking about, any kind of offense would lift the spirits of the sellout crowd in Bryant-Denny Stadium, and that touchdown toss has got them back in it, as you can hear. Jalen Wright, going to be a loss of a yard. Justin Aboigbe.
Aboigbe does a great job attacking this running play, just as you called it. Watch him come off the edge right here and make it. Take it on and then make the play. Take on the blocker and then make the play. Wonderful play.
Yep. And a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Wright trying to squeeze through there. Not much. Maybe 3 yards. Dawson. And Aboigbe again on the tackle, and here comes the biggest 3rd down for Joe Milton and company, probably of the day so far.
After the interview with Jenny at the end of the 1st quarter, they got the last stop. Will they get another one on 3rd down?
Third down at 8. Milton. Pocket collapsing. He's going to take off with it. Will he get to the sticks? He did on a late 2nd effort through Dallas Turner.
And that's the thing, when we met with Nick Saban yesterday, he said the thing that Hendon Hooker did is in the pass rush situations, he ran, picked up 1st downs or made it third and short, and that was a big play right there.
Dallas Turner, as good a linebacker as he is, looked like he almost gave up on that tackle.
He did, and I wonder, are they going to review this play? I think they are, whether his knee came down. One.
I think he dove ahead, and
it seems like when his knee was down, the ball was real close to that line, wasn't it?
Gene Steratore with us. Gene, what do you think?
Maybe
just a great job. I think the piece I'm looking at too, and Gary, I don't know if you were going to get ready to allude to it, was the left elbow.
Yep.
That instead of a hand, usually we see a hand that posts you up to try to stay above and gain that, but the forearm or the elbow, that puts you down instantly, and we can see right there, there's the forearm. So where the ball is when that occurs, I think now we'll take a different look at that, and it is really close. I think he may just be short because of that, guys.
It's a good eye, Gene. And I do think he's short. Looked at his knees, left elbow.
I will say one thing. Kevin Steele, the defensive coordinator, will tell Dallas Turner, if you can wrap up, would you please wrap up? Don't just try to throw the guy down, because he's 6'5".
And he's 235 pounds.
After further review, the runner is down at the 34.5-yard line. They'll make a 4th down.
So now what does Josh Heupel do?
It's a gutsy spot on the field if he decides to go.
Well, modern football, you run that quarterback sneak. We thought that A&M was going to run the sneak last week, and they tried to run a stretch play. But do you hand the ball back to Alabama right here?
How often is Joe Milton under center as well?
True.
Well, there it is.
I will say this, they'll at least try to draw him off sides. With 5:43, you could use a timeout and see if you can draw him off first and then decide.
Well, they come up to the line, and they will run. Milton hit once. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Alabama's going to take over. Josh Heupel's going to want a review of this. But the Alabama defense has come up with a stop, it appears.
He had the ball low in his stomach. He doesn't reach out for it. He's got to get to the white line, and I don't think so.
His helmet might have gotten there, but the ball never did.
Exactly. Again, there's that shotgun, as Ness mentioned. They don't take it under center very often. They don't have the Bush push at all, probably in the arsenal. Ball's in his stomach, doesn't reach out. Looks short to me.
Gene, you still with us? I know you are.
Sure. I sure am, Brad. Yeah, and a great job by Alabama's defense, too. You know, you talk about the help with the other players. When they got Milton to turn a little bit, the swarm came and stopped him from reaching forward. I think it was a great job, a good spot by the officials, too, guys.
Yeah, right off the edge. First it was Dallas Turner that turned him in and then cleaned up by the pursuit.
So here's an opportunity for Alabama's offense with 5.5 to go in a quarter. From the Tennessee 34. Here's a little toss again to Law. They did this the other direction last time. This one won't get as big a gain, but it did get about 5. Let's check in with Jenny.
Yeah, Tennessee linebacker Kamal Haddon, he hurt his shoulder with 8:45 left to go in the second corner. The trainers, they messed around with his right shoulder pad. We're testing out his mobility there. Now, he was frustrated on the sideline as Bama scored, and it wasn't until after that that he went into the injury tent, guys.
All right, Jenny, thanks. Keep us posted. Pick up a 4 on that last play by Kendrick Law.
Judy Lally right here in from him.
Second down and 6. Maybe a yard and a half on the inside of the Tennessee defense. Bryson Eason made the tackle, and we're under 5 minutes in the quarter. Any kind of points here for Alabama gets them closer to Tennessee, even though Tennessee is dominating in the yardage category, or at least did in the first quarter. 3rd down and 4. They're in Reichert field goal range if this doesn't go well. Now we got a whistle and a flag
Sideline warning, you think?
Ken Williamson will let us know.
Too many men on the field for Tennessee.
Play of game on the defense. Disconcerting signals.
That's a free first down. Calling signals on the other side.
Oh.
Be it hand claps or some other vocal signals.
Calling signals. I think it's right here.
There's
the clap right there was called. Wow.
They're going to call that on Elijah Herring.
Wow, that was...
He's going, I'm just trying to fire up my defense. What are we supposed to do? At any rate, it's first down. Alabama at the 23. Bond in motion around the back of the quarterback. McClellan still looking for any kind of opening, and it's been 3 yards and about it for all of his runs.
I feel like we're watching the Sarkisian offense right here with all these motions, orbits, shovel passes, screens. I mean, we're seeing the whole playbook being unloaded to try to jumpstart this Alabama offense.
Gene's told us from his perch in New York, that's a point of emphasis for the officials of the discerning signal call, and I have seen it a couple times in the last week. And it was a costly one for Tennessee's defense. 2nd and 7. Just outside the 20. Milroe, here comes the pressure. Going to the end zone. And broken up at the very last second. And intercepted.
Yes, it was right at the end of it.
Ricocheted off the intended receiver was Burton out there. And a costly pick. Slaughter pulls it down.
I think it was Slaughter was the recipient of it. It was going to Burton to the outside.
McCullough on him.
Nice deflection, and McCullough is the recipient of the pick. One-on-one coverage out there, and it was defended perfectly.
Huge interception by Jalen McCullough. Tennessee takes over.
Adam Zucker here in New York. Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, BJ, Rick, and I will get you caught up on today's action. And we wondered how Oregon would respond after the loss at Washington. Well, they were down 10-3 against Washington State, a team that's lost 2 in a row. Bucky Irving getting his way into the end zone to tie it up. And by the way, Bo Nix setting a new record today for the most starts by a quarterback in FBS history. We'll go back to Ness, Gary, and Jenny.
Wow, Oregon wearing the Dan Fouts unis.
That's for sure.
Here's another look at the interception.
Yep, great, tremendous coverage by Slaughter on that play. Makes it, falls into almost a back shoulder, and then perfect tip ball. That's what they practice.
Yes. McCullough didn't play in this game last year, and that's his first interception of the season. Gives it back to the Tennessee offense, and Joe Milton running all the way on this one, and he's lowering that shoulder again to pick up a first down.
I remember early in the year he went, I think, 81 yards for a touchdown and reached a top-end speed of over 21 miles per hour. The guy can run. He's got all the tools.
And a cannon of an arm sometimes.
Whoa, man.
Getting it to Squirrel White like that one. And White's got a first down to pick up a 14.
I think that's got to be, as I'm looking here, his 8th catch in the first half. Man-to-man coverage the outside. Watch, right down the stem. That's the way they teach it. Easy for a quarterback. You know exactly where he's going to end up.
Now they go to the ground, and that's a positive one for Jabari Small, who picked up 5.
So Josh Heupel kind of rolls the dice, does not come up with it on 4th down.
No.
His defense bails him out. Now he's got all 3 timeouts left.
Milton, jump ball and a catch by Keaton. Ramel Keaton on a 50-50 ball, and he hauls it in.
So that was the story. Can these receivers help out the quarterback? Ramel Keaton dropped a big touchdown last week, but now on a 50-50 ball, as Ness said, he wins at 51-49.
And a pickup of 30. And now Small dragging guys with him for 4 more.
I can just tell you, as a quarterback, when they start making catches for you like that, you throw so much more easier to those guys.
You don't have to be perfect.
Absolutely.
So Tennessee with the interception, and now all the way down to the Alabama 16-yard line. Small, little hesitation, then just drives forward for maybe 4. As we're going to be down to a minute.
Yeah, I don't think Tennessee takes a timeout here at all. They're just going to let the clock run, see if they make a first down before they decide to use any timeouts.
Barring a turnover, they should at least have a 16-7 lead at halftime. But they're looking for more. 3rd down and 3.
I think it's good use of the clock. Take the clock all the way down. If you kick the field goal, you don't want to give Alabama time. And Nick Saban has decided not to use his. Heupel's way down. He might call a timeout right before the 40-second clock. He does.
And that took it all the way to 46 seconds. And a timeout Tennessee, but they've got 2 remaining. Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Adam, Rick, and BJ break down our first half and bring you the day's best highlights, including the Big Ten Top 10 showdown in the shoe between Ohio State and Penn State. All coming up on the Geico Halftime Report. Well, 3rd down and 3 when Josh Heupel took the timeout. So that's what we have from the 13-yard line. Look behind Joe Milton, and now into the eyes of Milton with Jabari Small in the backfield. It's Milton all the way on the run, and this time he's got the first down.
Inside 2 minutes, clock will stop. Tennessee ready to go again, or are they going to take a timeout or spike the ball? Josh Heupel wants to make sure it's a first down. They called it short.
No.
Heupel is looking for a replay. Remember the
Is under review.
Okay, maybe I just missed something.
It looked like he got the forward progress.
Well, the entire pile is over the yellow
and they
line.
Pulled him back. I think that's a first down.
Understandably, he ends up 3 yards behind the line, but I didn't think there was any doubt about this one. Ran into Tim Keenan first.
Javonte Sprague is number 76 this year. He's pointing first down. He does fall backwards, but I thought his forward progress got across.
His entire body is over the line right by a yard or 2 feet at least.
Gene, I got a question for you in this situation. You with us, Gene?
Yes.
Always.
Sure
So this is a replay stop timeout. Are both teams allowed to substitute after this replay, or do they have to go with the players that were on the field?
No, they can make a substitution. The other interesting part on this one, too.
With the rear end of the ball touching the 10-yard line, which would be enough for a first down. Please put 42
The other element I'd look at.
4-2.
Yeah, Ken Williamson does a great job there. Not only that, as you stated earlier, the clock stops on the first down. Milton had a first down with 42 seconds left on the game clock, which would have been a stop. So now they're back with 2 timeouts. Referee will let him know he'll wind late, or he'll now be able to take that with 2 timeouts too. So big play on both ends, time and a down and distance.
Perfect, Gene. Thank you. First and goal at the 10. Jabari Small in the backfield with Milton. Gets the handle. And gets run out of bounds after a pickup of 2.
Referee is still winding the clock as if he didn't get out of bounds. Heupel will have to call timeout here.
So 17 seconds remaining. It'll be second down and goal.
It looked like, as you called it, that he was forward progress as he went out of bounds. With the timeouts, Tennessee was still able to run or throw the ball. They chose a run. Now it gets a little different.
Yeah. Remember, they've been down in this territory before and had to come away with field goals.
Yeah, I would think right here you have to throw the ball here and save on third down where you can run or throw.
Well, they started at the 10, so they have to earn all of this. They're at the 8 right now.
So, again, third time in this half they've had first and goal to go. You got Squirrel White man-to-man. And I think it's Malachi Moore out there. There's a nice matchup for you right there.
On second and goal from the 8. Now a little bit of a shift into that slot, a little closer for White. It's Jabari Small. Going down after a gain of maybe a yard.
So now we know on third down, you've got to throw the ball, and it has to be into the end zone. Alabama knows that as well. That's why I thought they'd throw it on second down, and then you have your options on third down to do it, run or throw.
Because remember, they just used their final timeout. So as Gary said, it's to the end zone or nothing. AP top 10. Georgia not playing today. They'll be in Jacksonville with us against Florida next week. Michigan State and Michigan getting together tonight. Ohio State beat Penn State earlier. You'll see highlights of that one with Zook and the guys. Big game in the ACC. Duke and Florida State tonight. And down the list you go. So one more team no longer undefeated, Penn State.
So right now, Josh Heupel is telling Joe Milton, throw on timing. If he's not there, throw it away. You can't get sacked. We'd love a touchdown, obviously, but we can't give away 3 points.
Remember, this drive started at the 20 following the McCullough interception. It's driven in the length of the field to a third and goal. Tennessee with the lead and looking to add to it by either 7 or 3.
This time, Alabama has shifted to put Terry and Arnold, their cover corner, on Squirrel White.
Right there. And Dylan Sampson's come in to the Tennessee backfield. Third and goal. Blitz coming from Alabama. Milton lofts it. Got it. To McAllen Castles, the tight end for the touchdown.
All out blitz. Joe Milton did exactly what Heupel said. Back up, get rid of the ball. You can't get sacked. There's the tight end on the corner. But watch, Alabama comes after him, tries to get the sack, man-to-man coverage, just a little bit of a rub, and that's all they needed.
Caleb Downs, the freshman, was trying to stay with number 34 and couldn't. And Charles Campbell for the extra point, which is up and good with just 12 seconds remaining. And a fired up tight end on the sideline. Not so fired up the Alabama fans. An 80-yard drive in 10 plays. Look, just under 3 minutes to get this.
Watch the rub right there. That's what the rub really opened up the play.
And the second touchdown catch of the year for Castles.
Joe Milton with one of those first halves that Tennessee fans were hoping for. 16 for 22, and Heupel says, can't be any better than that.
What a first half for Joe Milton. What a difference from a week ago. And what a drive after the McCullough interception. They turn it into a touchdown.
Well, we talked in the open. Could Joe Milton break out? He's broken out.
He sure has. Double-digit lead for Tennessee that they'll take to the locker room, barring something strange happening here in the final 12 seconds. They're just going to pooch kick this thing. Nobody called fair catch. Didn't have to. It went out of bounds. And a little pushing and shoving at the end of the play as they're going to spot this around the 30 or close to it. And now a late flag. Well, that's the flag for going out of bounds. So it's going to be out to the 35.
So Alabama has a strong kicker and time with timeouts to throw the ball anywhere on the field.
Joe Milton's been a walking, moving highlight today.
Yeah, remember how he started out running over people, set himself into the game, and that turned out to a perfect throw after that first hit. and he's went on from there.
Boy, his confidence level's got to be sky high compared to last week.
Absolutely. Well, let's see if they let Milroe throw here. Remember, Tennessee went that far last year for the winning kick in 19.
Yep, that's right. Jalen Milroe's got a strong arm. Throwing downfield is his best asset, really. Goes short to Niblack, who steps out with 8 seconds. And now let's see if he will try to uncork one here.
Time for 2 more plays.
And we got an injured Alabama player down. Jaden Roberts shaken up. Offensive line that's been a little beleaguered this year, and they don't need to lose anybody else.
He's one of the guys that's been beleaguered. He's just back for this one.
Yeah, we'll check on him. 8 seconds remaining when we come back. That does not look like he's going to be back in the lineup today.
Again, usually what happens, he's right there at right guard, is somebody else gets pushed on the back of him and falls on him. Exactly what's happening here.
Rolled up from behind, the sophomore out of Houston will be helped to the locker room. Maybe the tent first, but then the locker room. And his teammates have 8 seconds and 2 timeouts to work with. Trailing by 13.
Can throw the ball anywhere you want.
If you have time. And got it to Burton near midfield, but there's I don't think there's a second left.
Was there 1 second with forward progress, or is the half over?
And Nick's saying there's a second left. I tend to agree with him, but the teams are halfway to the locker room already. I thought that Burton stepped out just before the clock expired.
Ball became dead with 1 second on the clock. Clock operator, please put 1 second on the game clock.
Yep.
1 second.
And that gives him a Hail Mary. He won't be able to kick a field goal, but you can throw with with Milroe's arm, can get it to the end zone.
His strong suit has been deep passes this year, and this will be a deep pass to end the half, barring a penalty. 5 touchdown passes of over 40, average passing touchdown at 40.
Got Amari Niblack, the tight end, kind of slash slot receiver, 84 out there. He's the tallest of the receivers.
Milroe might not get a chance to throw. He won't. Sacked again. And it was Gabe Judy Lally from the secondary that got him.
Coming from the backside, Lali's going to come this way, the corner. Watch him come from the secondary. Nobody to account for him. That's a quarterback's man. Tries to run away from him. Cannot do it.
Milroe kind of holding his shin when he hit the deck back there. We'll have to wait and see and make sure that he's okay. And Tennessee with a big lead heading into the locker room. Down to Jenny.
Hey, Coach, what opened up in this offense for Milton to look so comfortable and confident out there?
Doing the ordinary things at a high level. Fundamentally, he's playing well, but the guys outside, protection's been really solid. So you're going to need more of that in the second half.
What needs to be the mindset in that second half?
Reset, replay, refocus, play one play at a play during the second half, man. You got to play for 60 in this one.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, again, let's go back to the last play and the sack by Lally. Right at the end of it, Jalen Milroe sort of turns around and maybe he's just rubbing his leg. He's hopefully okay. But he spent too much time on the deck, as he has all season long. End of the first half. Tennessee on the road with a lead over the number 11 team in the country, 20-7. As we send you to Adam Zucker in our New York studio for the Geico halftime report.
All right, Ness, Vols flexing there down the stretch of the first half, and coming up here on the Geico halftime report, a busy day in the top 10. The Buckeyes coming up big, and the Sooners survive after this word from your local station.
The Home Depot SEC on CBS as you look in at Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, where Alabama is down 2 scores to the Volunteers of Tennessee. Tennessee trying to put back-to-back wins together over the Tide. Welcome back, everybody. Brad and Gary. Jennings down on the field. Tennessee's played superb. You said maybe Joe Milton's going to have a breakout day. I'd say he's had a breakout day.
He sure has. Remember we said Josh Heupel was going to say, well, last year, you know, I guess Jalen Hyatt had, what, 6 receptions, 5 touchdowns. Let's start with the slot receiver. That's what he's done. Start with the slot receiver. And old Squirrel White has 8 receptions in the first half for over 100 yards. Same guy, same position, different guy.
Yeah, Alabama gets the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. They'll bring it out to the 25 as we send it down to Jenny Dell.
Well, guys, it was actually a very calm Nick Saban. He said we're just down by 2 scores. We still have plenty of time to go. He does want to see his team pick up the energy and enthusiasm in this game. He said they're the ones that have to manage that out on the field. Defensively, he said we need to be better on 3rd downs and get them off the field. And, guys, there were some questions about Milroe's shin at the end of the half. I'm told he is totally fine to go.
All right, Jenny, thanks. That's what we were looking at on the last sack by Tennessee to end the first half. So Jalen Milroe at the controls. He's held the ball a little too long. There's only so much that offensive line can do against a sack-happy Tennessee defense. Isaiah Bond in motion. They keep trying the ground game. This time it works. Jace McClellan in a foot race across midfield into the 45. That's the way to start the quarter.
Yeah, so this Tennessee defense had held Alabama rushing to just 16 yards in the first half. But that is an opening they hadn't seen the whole time of the game.
29-yard pickup for McClellan. And immediately into Tennessee territory.
Let's go,
at the 46, McClellan stays in there with Milroe on 1st down. Jermaine Burton in motion toward the ball. Milroe going to go deep. Lays it out there, and he's got Bond. Isaiah Bond. Touchdown.
Interesting design of a play here for Bond. It is kind of a switch release. Bond starts out in the slot, goes wide, and then comes back in. Watch him go wide and then come back in. Switch release, ends up on McDonald, number 12, and he runs right by him. Beautifully designed play. You stack your receivers. You force the defenders to make a choice. They chose wrong.
Will Reichard. The extra point is good. The whole thing started with a 29-yard run by Jace McClellan, the best run by far of the day for Alabama. And then just one play later, Isaiah Bond in the back end on a 46-yard touchdown. And just like that, we got a ball game again. Jalen Milroe finally dialed one up to number 17, Isaiah Bond. And in 2 plays, Alabama right in the thick of things in this ball game.
And this is the 4th time this year they've been trailing, but this has been the biggest halftime deficit of the year. Maybe that's why Nick was so calm. He's, you know,
got him right where I want him.
Exactly.
This one will be returned from the 4. Not going to make it to the 25, maybe the 23. As we look at our game trends, Joe Milton, a sensational first half. 8 of his 16 completions to Squirrel White. Jalen Milroe just warmed things up on his statistic line with that 46-yard touchdown pass to Isaiah Bond. And as Gary talked about, 4-time trailing at half this season. The most ever under Nick Saban.
Yeah, 3 of them at home, but this is the way to start a half. Run the ball on the first one, good protection up front, able to step into the throw, and wide open. It was all designed with that short motion that forced Tennessee to switch on the release. They never got back in phase.
Now let's see if the Alabama defense can come up with a stop. Tennessee got the late touchdown. If you're just joining us, the final seconds of the second quarter to stretch their lead to 20-7. And it's been cut down now to 6.
Also, an interesting part of that first half is Alabama did not have a penalty in the first half.
And they've had all kinds of trouble with
exactly. Okay, I'll tell you what's going to happen here. They're going to put it back to the 3 because the other receiver signaled for a catch. He put his arms out like a fair catch. So I think it was the other receiver signaled, and that's why it's going back to where the returner caught it.
All the way to the 3 or 4 yard line.
See it, the opposite receiver, but either one that signals, that kills the play. They're going to take a review of it and look at it one more time for the replay. I saw they do that T formation. It kind of signals to their guys that we're going to let it go.
After further review, the ruling in the field is confirmed. 4-yard line, first down.
That's a huge difference. The 4 instead of the 24.
Yes. Remember, one guy is signaling to everybody that we're going to let it go. You don't have to block anyone. The other one catches it and runs. It's wherever he catches it.
So that's going to make it difficult for Milton and the offense because they're going to be close to their own end zone or in it with that crowd behind them in the Alabama end zone. Jalen Wright. Tough couple. Got it out across the 5.
Big difference. Remember, if you let the ball go, you get it at the 25. They got it at the 3-yard line. Huge difference.
Just outside the 7. Jalen Wright again. Going to be tracked down by Lawson.
Remember earlier you said that Kevin Steele said, the defensive coordinator, you don't have to throw the guy down. But on this one you do. And he threw him down well.
Yes, he did.
Coming from the backside, feels the hole. Delay just a bit. He's there.
Now it's about to get noisy. 3rd and 7. Keep it on the ground. Jalen Wright trying to squirt out the backside, but he'll only get to the 11, maybe the 12.
So look what happened. That ball being on the 3 forced Tennessee into 3 straight running plays and a 3 and out.
And now they're going to have to kick from near their own goal line. And the one guy you don't want to give too much room to in punting out of your own end zone is right there. Kool-Aid McKinstry. Asked him yesterday if he's frustrated by not getting many punt returns. He said, yep, it's been tough so far. Look out, don't let him get his hands on one here. And he's got to call fair catch and get out of the way, and it's going to take an unbelievable Tennessee roll.
Boy, that ball traveled. Wow. That ball traveled 50 yards in the air. You expect your center fielder to field that punt. He comes to the sideline, you can see it. How can you not catch that punt for us? You signaled fair catch. He must have misjudged it.
Yep, he looked up and then decided not to, and it cost him about 15 yards.
Hey, you're almost thinking you're going to get the ball on the 40-yard line, you know.
Instead, it's the 30. About a 58-yard punt. Good job by Tennessee. Jackson Ross. And now it's Jalen Milroe and company, who scored quickly the last time they had it. And the guy in motion is the guy that caught it.
Quarterback!
Milroe. Going to throw short across the middle. Got Dupree, the tight end, and it's a first down at the 45. First catch for Dupree today.
Tight end just wheels over the middle, a little rollout, gets back, finds him. Very positive zone drive starter.
15 yards. Milroe's numbers looking a little better quickly.
Remember, the last drive starter was a very effective run. They end up hitting the touchdown. 2 straight drive starters by Tommy Reese.
Dominique Slaughter comes off. Judy Lally will fill in his spot. And Haddon on the other side. And now the Tennessee jump in the neutral zone. It looks like it. And that'll be a free 5.
Norman Lott, I think it was. Yes, it is. He knew it.
Offside. Defense number 55.
There's the move into the neutral zone. For the ball basically right on the 50. And again, another flag flies in. It'll be a free 5 again. Same guy again.
So you'd like to blame this on crowd noise, but the crowd is being quiet because the Alabama's offense is out there.
Number 37. Movement by the defense.
2 guys jumped that time.
So Alabama used the double clap that time instead of going on the clap, which number 55, Omar Norman Lott, thought once he heard the clap, he thought the snap was coming. It was going to be the second clap on that one.
The secondary clap got him.
Yeah, that got him.
First down by penalty. Back to back. The 45. Tennessee thinking about a blitz. Jalen Milroe took the snap. Was signaling to Seth McLaughlin, I think, that just hold on a second, and instead they snap it.
Snap infraction. Offense number 56. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
And that has been a problem. You wouldn't expect it at home, but just the first today.
First penalty. So we've had 3 flags in a row. Said to Tommy Reese, the offensive coordinator, the snaps drive me crazy. I was just making a statement. He says, how do you think I feel?
Exactly.
So it's back to midfield. 1st and 15. Burton is in the slot to the left, right at the midfield stripe. Milroe pumps once. Now throws. And got it to Bond again. And a first down at the 29.
Alabama willing to throw the ball on first down. You don't get the ferocious pass rush. They do a good job. Plenty of pocket time. Good job to the right side. Look at J.C. Latham that time. Keeping Pierce to the outside. No pressure. Throwing on first down gives them time to throw the ball.
And a pickup of 20. And a first down at the 30. Milroe faked the option. Now a backward pass to Roydell Williams. And he's put under, looked like a late hit or almost a fist in the back of the head. Who did? Maybe I'm seeing things. I'm sorry.
Well, sometimes the new modern way is to punch the ball out. Let's see if he's trying to punch the ball out. And you're right. He misses the ball and hits the number 5.
Now the fans are seeing it now. And that should have been
called. No doubt. Remember, the crowd is acting as if it's a dirty play. He's going to try to punch the ball out. Still should have been called.
From the 29, 2nd and 9. Burton in motion. They're going to give it off on the inside to Jace McClellan.
One more look, because it was such a big play, bringing the ball back to the 3. This is the illegal, when Squirrel White raises his arms to the side, that kills the play right there.
D. Williams is a guy.
Oh, I'm sorry, D. Williams, yes.
Alabama with a 3rd and 5. Should have a first down inside the 15 right now, had they called that penalty. They're in Will Reichard field goal range. McClellan only got about a yard. Tyler Barron, first guy there, getting up off the bottom of the pile, number 9.
One of the questions I asked lifetime reason Nick Saban is that you have the zone read keep in. On this play right here, I thought he had to keep Milroe. I don't know if it was on or not, but he could have kept that for an easy first down.
Will Reichert, who missed a field goal last year, the last time he missed, in fact, was at Tennessee. Perfect this year. This one from 42 yards out. Will Reichert got it.
Snuck it in.
Just barely. And it makes it a field goal game, courtesy of the SEC's all-time leading scorer, Will Reichert. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Papa John's, Aflac, T-Mobile 5G home internet, and by Wheels Up and Delta Airlines. Well, the offense of Alabama has had their wheels up since the start of this third quarter. I mentioned Will Reichert, the all-time leading SEC scorer, now 491 points in his career.
Nick talked about him making the decision to come back to get just a little bit better, refine his game, make a name for himself. Obviously, all-time history of Alabama, and it's paying off for him, I think.
And the fair catch called for and taken in the end zone this time. Jenny, I know you talked to Will Reichert this week.
I did. He said he's going to appreciate the record after this season, but his focus this week is setting the record straight against Tennessee. Guys, he prides himself in coming through in clutch moments. He has not stopped thinking about missing last year's 50-yard potential game-winning kick in this matchup. He said that it haunts him, and it's the one kick in his entire career he wishes he could have back.
Also filled in as a punter for Burnip this year and did really well at that. He hasn't missed a field goal, hasn't missed an extra point. He went through all of 2020 season without a miss. So for the most part, I would say Mr. Dependable, with the exception of the one that haunts and that Jenny's talking about. Maybe he'll get a chance for a little payback on that one before this one's over. 8.5 to go, third. Tennessee still leading by 3. Joe Milton, the quick look to the right, and now he's going down. Drop for a loss of 3.
Alabama's first sack of the football game. Squeeze him, nowhere to go with the football. I thought he had a couple openings possible, but he wasn't looking the right way, and the first down sack.
And now Milton takes off. And he's got a first down run.
That's what I thought that Milroe could have used on that last play on third down right here. Zone read keep. When would they start running the quarterback was a question I had, and so far they're doing it.
It's about the third time Caleb Downs has made the tackle on Milton in the secondary. The play fake and a deep one coming. Incomplete. Intended for Caleb Webb. And broken up by Kool-Aid McKinstry.
One of the wide splits by the wide receivers allows the defensive back, McKinstry this time, the option of kind of pushing him further and further to the sideline. Kind of used the sideline as an extra defender.
McKinstry, a little hand fighting going on. He maybe got the worst of that, actually, from the offensive player. Terrion Arnold, we understand, is in the locker room for Alabama, so that weakens their secondary. Jenny just told us that. And we got a guy down right now is Gerald Mincy, a left tackle.
He's been fighting injuries this year too.
Yeah. They've had kind of a makeshift offensive line really since training camp, switching guys around and trying to keep people healthy, which is something they were able to do last year on their offensive front. And Gary already talked about Cooper Mays missing the first 4 games of the season, so they're patchworking a little bit on the offensive line.
Up here to the top. Just kind of collapsed on him, or cramped. One of the two, right? Knee just gave way.
Second down and 10 from the 38. Shovel pass inside, going nowhere. Maybe a half yard for Sampson. Tim Keenan
was Tim Keenan just collapsing that offensive line into the backfield. Makes the play while he's being blocked at the same time. Wonderful play.
3rd down and 9. The heat's on Joe Milton right now. Just a 4-man rush. Milton fires, double catch, but it's not going to be a first down to Ramel Keaton. He had to tip it to himself there.
Yeah, now what do you do? This game is Alabama's just scored 10 points on you. Come back, you got a short yardage 4th down play.
They already went for one of these earlier and didn't get it.
Yep, about 1.5 yards this time. I don't know. I must be really old school because I'd be fun here. I'm not giving them the ball on the 49-yard line if we don't make it. We didn't make the last one.
Didn't make this one either. Alabama takes over as Sampson got nothing.
Yeah, I don't. You're running right into the teeth of that two-gap defense, those big defensive tackles. Tried to go wide last time, didn't make it. This time it's stuffed up front. Wrap around from the outside.
Shaheed Campbell with a great play.
But up front, they stuff it. No one can get to the linebacker, and Campbell cleans it up.
Second time today, Alabama's defense comes up with a 4th down stop. The offense has got it back in great field position in a moment.
Adam Zucker in New York with this Jeep update. In college football, you track how your past opponents do, and for Alabama, that means Texas. Longhorns, they led Houston 21-0, but Donovan Smith, who beat them last year with Tech, to Joseph Manjack IV, that would lead to the tying touchdown. They're knotted up as we go back to Tuscaloosa.
We're only a field goal difference here now, Zook. And with a 4th down stop, Alabama takes over in Tennessee territory at the Vols 47. Burton, the motion man. Jace McClellan led a big run to start the 3rd quarter. He's got another nice one here to the 40.
Another drive starter. You know, Josh Heupel went for it on 4th down before, and his defense bailed him out with that interception in the end zone. He's counting on them to help him out again.
Going to work our way under 6 minutes before the next snap here in the 3rd. Jalen Milroe's numbers have improved dramatically here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 3. Milroe running to throw, the pump fake. Now he's going to throw it to the sideline. I guess all you can say is he didn't take a sack there.
Exactly. Probably could have ran out of bounds. The same thing. Nowhere to go with the football. Good coverage. Got pressure in his face and got it back to the line. He basically was at the line of scrimmage anyway, but just to make sure. Sometimes you lose kind of track of exactly where you are when you run on those scrambles.
Now, they don't pick this first down up. It might be decision time for Nick Saban because they're kind of in no man's land right now as far as a field goal. 3rd down and 3. Throws late. Got it to Burton.
Wow.
Burton inside the 20. Still fighting his way to the 18-yard line.
Watch this catch. Burton's going to come up, and he is aggressively going across the formation right here. Watch him turn and make that catch, leaping one way and going back and catching it. Look at that. Nice play. He knows he's going to get hit.
And got about 3 hits and then got up and shows the emotion he has for this game. He gets fired up, man. That's a 22-yard pickup. And now it's Milroe on the keeper. Jalen Milroe. A stiff arm and out of bounds just outside the 5.
I think this is the last piece of the offense that Alabama has to add to their attack. Jalen Milroe, he wants to stay in the pocket and throw the ball, but I think you got to use his legs with more called runs like this.
The Tide 1st and goal. Trying to take the lead for the first time today. at the 5. Jace McClellan heading to the corner. Touchdown, Alabama. They're in front for the first time.
Jace McClellan does a great job of what they call pressing the hole. He attacks the design of the play, and then he bounces out. Watch him come downhill and then go around. That draws in that defense. Downhill, attack, and then get outside with his speed.
Remember, a 4th down stop led to this, and Jace McClellan's 4th rushing touchdown of the year. Will Reichard's point after up and perfect. And with 3:42 remaining third quarter, all of a sudden, a 47-yard drive in 5 plays. The big one was this shot. Jermaine Burton, fantastic catch. Then Milrose, Jalen Milrose. Gary said, use his legs. He got the right read that time and took it to the 5. Jace McClellan time after that. And the Tide rolled to the lead in Tuscaloosa. "17 unanswered points for the Crimson Tide, including the touchdown by Jace McClellan."
Little salute to Dupree, number 81 at the edge. Get a good block. Allows McClellan to bounce it outside.
And from our AT&T 5G pylon cam, Jace McClellan tiptoeing inside that pylon. And now with a first lead after being down by 13. Will Reichard's kick will hit the end zone. Tennessee will come out. We check in with Jenny.
Alabama will be without corner Terrion Arnold for the rest of the game, guys. He's going to be hanging out on the sideline. It is an upper body injury, and he is done for the day.
Jenny, thanks.
Yes, Tommy Rees has emptied the playbook, I think, today. He's got everything going every which way, every motion he can use, keeping Tennessee off balance. How does Josh Heupel find now the offense that came so easy in the first half? What can he do to turn it around here in the second half?
Not so much in the second half. 2 drives this half, 3 plays and a punt, then 6 plays and a turnover on downs. Squirrel White in motion. Milrose going to throw it out to him. And Squirrel, a flag down, probably going to be a holding out there. There's 2 flags now. It was only a short pickup, but it looks like Tennessee's guilty out there on the edge. Ken Williamson will give us the call.
Holding on the offense, number 87.
Jacob Warren with the holding, a tight end spot.
Comes from inside out, and he tries to get outside of his man right there, and then at the last second you see him grabbing on. It's tough for that tight end. They start him close, and then he gets out there, tries to get outside the defender, but he couldn't get there.
Center Seth McLaughlin firing up the crowd for the defense. 1st and 19. Milroe wanted to throw a wide out screen, and they blew that up in a minute.
Yep. The double clutch allowed the defender to make that play. Dallas Turner, number 15, is out there. Watch the double clutch. That allows him to see it and beat the block to the tackle. He sees the double clutch. Go, go, go. And he beats the block from inside out.
It's getting worse for the Vols. 2nd and 21. They're going the wrong direction. They'll keep it on the ground, play it safe to Jalen Wright. The Borgby's saying I was held. Where's the flag? And a little pushing and shoving at the end. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Well, how aggressive are you going to be? Joe Milton's had a good game, but 3rd and long from that end of the end zone right there is tough on that offensive line.
They've got to get all the way to the 35-yard line for a first down. Kool-Aid McKinstry is trying to get Malachi Moore's attention, and did just in time, I think. Milton has time, now running out of it. Crossing route, complete. Tight end's not going to get there. 4th down. Jacob Warren got all he could out of it, but not a first down.
Good job by Kool-Aid McKinstry that time. He heard the signal or saw the signal because he was close to the sideline. But Malachi Moore didn't see it, and the late shift was good enough, and they got in the right coverage.
Jackson Ross to punt. Kool-Aid McKinstry back deep. Fair caught one earlier, but then let it bounce, and it cost about 15 yards. Let's see what he does with this one. This one he backpedals and fields and goes down for a loss. Great coverage by Tennessee's punt team. Next Saturday, noon Eastern, Big Ten on CBS. Kicks off a full day of college football with Indiana taking on Penn State. Then at 3:30, the SEC on CBS features #1 Georgia facing Florida in Jacksonville. That's next Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. A Big Ten SEC doubleheader next week. 1:08 left here. In a battle between East and West in the SEC. Tennessee trying to stay within a game of Georgia. Alabama trying to remain unbeaten in the West at 5-0 when they've scored 17 straight this quarter. From the 12-yard line. Roydell Williams look for his blockers. Twists his way for a nice run of about 5.
Well, I'll tell you, the first down plays for Alabama in this second half has been the keys to this offense. Remember in the first half, they weren't getting the line of scrimmage.
Right. Well, they've mixed it up,
yes,
and they've been productive on first down.
It started out with the running play, went for 30-some yards, and then from there, they seem to have just found their groove.
And that's what they've done this quarter in their possessions, which is down to maybe one more play this quarter. Roydell Williams tries the left side and backpedals to the 20 or close to it. Brings up 3rd down. And let's see if Alabama just decides they will to let that clock run out. And everybody in Bryant-Denny Stadium will hold up 4 fingers for the 4th quarter. We played 3. The 3rd one was definitely Alabama's best. Come on, baby, light my fire. Somebody's going to fire up some stogies 15 minutes from now. Fourth quarter in Tuscaloosa, Home Depot SEC on CBS from Bryant-Denny Stadium. The 4 fingers are up during that timeout. The 3rd quarter was definitely the Tides. And they start the 4th quarter with a 3rd down and 2. Jace McClellan on a toss sweep, trying to get to the edge, got there, and a first down at the 25.
It's Alabama, as you said, did a lot of good things in that 3rd quarter. But remember, they had 16 yards rushing in the first half, 68 yards in that 3rd quarter. And you see another effective run on 3rd down right there. Amazing what happens when you can run the ball just a little bit.
No kidding. McClellan stays in. Three receivers and Niblack the tight end. And it's Milroe with his wheels. Jalen Milroe looks like he might have a first down.
I really think this is the key to this Alabama's offense, is springing it loose, getting the second runner in that backfield. They go one back almost all the time, but kind of like a la Jalen Hurts style, getting him in the running game is big.
You said to Jalen yesterday in our meeting, you said, You know, wouldn't that be the additive for you if the running game with your legs comes around? And he looked at me and said, I'm not a running quarterback. He wanted to make that clear.
He didn't. But I tell you, it's added a lot to this offense.
No doubt. Here he is on first down. Plenty of time. Down the middle, too high for Nyblack. Incomplete. We'd like to have brought that one down a little bit lower.
Bringing Pierce back in the game now on second and long. 27's in. Tyler Barron, number 9, is in. They're bookend pass rushers.
McClellan now shifts behind Milroe. And he'll get the carry. Not this time.
Wasn't it? Elijah Herring just hit that full speed almost.
McClellan got back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Elijah Herring was kind of anticipating the snap. Watch him come into the frame from the left side and runs it down.
That's third down and long.
Latham's going to have Pierce on the right side. That'll be the matchup that I thought Alabama had to win. They will slide the line a little bit the other way and let Latham go one-on-one.
Jermaine Burton is in a slot to the right of the Alabama offensive line on 3rd and 10. Milroe in trouble. Going to try to run out of it, and he got there. Took a big hit, but it's a first down.
Nice job. Latham and Roberts handle the stunt over to this side. Crisscross, they pick them both up, and that allows for the crease of Jalen Milroe to take it.
And 15 yards on 3rd and 10. Big hit at the end of the run by 4 guys, but it's a first down at midfield. Extra tight ends in there. Low snap, but he got the handoff to McClellan, who got drilled after about a yard gain by Aaron Beasley. Who else? And again, the low snaps have been issues this year. You've got to take your eye off everything else that's going on when it doesn't just land in your hands.
Yeah, and he's had one misfire where he snapped it too early, so that's the second one so far in the game.
Clock running down to 11:45 and under. Alabama by 4 to 2nd and 9 in Tennessee territory. McClellan trying to get to the outside. He got there. And a nice run by Jace McClellan, whose second half has been brilliant.
Watch as he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and then he stutters. Watch him get to his spot inside, and then he goes stop, and then he goes. That takes that pursuit from inside out and gets the corner. Jace McClellan has a real feel on this play. Kind of pushes the hole, and then he has that speed to get around the corner.
So he got it to the 37-yard line, a pickup of 11. Remember, his 29-yard dash on the first snap of the third quarter sort of got this thing rolling for the Alabama offense. And they're going to keep using him. Only about a yard and a half this time. So that puts Jace at 100 for the day. Last year he only had 3 carries for 15 yards in this matchup. Dead catch, 2 or 3 passes. But right now it's his legs and the running, and they'll give him a breather and let Roydell Williams come in at tailback. Milroe. Quick snap on the throw, too wide.
Love to have that one back.
He had Burton, too.
He did.
It's the second time the ball's hit the sideline before giving the receiver a chance to catch it inbounds.
Got his best receiver down at the bottom of the screen, a bail technique. Got exactly what he wants. The ball sails on.
So another third down. Here comes a blitz. Milroe.
Another one.
Incomplete, intended for Burton again, but there's a flag down.
Did he grab him in the route? Just on the break. Let's peek at it as he comes in. Yep, just a little
jersey.
It's a bit of jersey.
It's on
Hard to
Judy
pass.
Lally.
Holding, defense number 1. Only a 10 yards to previous spot. And includes an automatic first down.
Remember, that's the spot where Kamal Haddon would be. Went out with that injury that Jenny told you about, has not been back in. Both teams have lost a corner in this football game.
A smile on Josh Heupel's face. The last time there was a penalty on a hold on Jacob Warren, the tight end, he had that same look on his face as if to say that was kind of ticky-tacky. But it's a penalty, and it's a first down at the 25. They're in Will Reichert field goal range right now. The toss. Roydell Williams got to the 21 or close to it.
He is, but just like the Bama defense helped out by keeping and holding that Tennessee offense to field goals early, this Tennessee defense needs to hold for a field goal on this and make it a one-possession game. Or keep it a one-possession game might be a better way to say it.
Under 10 minutes in the fourth. When it was halftime, we didn't think we were going to have the drama of a year ago on Rocky Top. And right now the drama is starting to pick up. So is the Tennessee defense. Nice play.
That was a good catch that time by Milroe. Snap was off to his right. I think he snapped this and caught this with his right hand. Watch how he ball is off to his right and hands it off all in one speed.
Well, they got their last third down bailed out by the penalty on Judy Lally.
Right
Here's
now,
another third down.
Yeah, right now the decision for Alabama, Tommy Rees, Nick Saban talking to Tommy, we're in field goal. That makes it a 7-point game. We don't want to give this ball away here.
Third down at 7. Milroe again has to handle a snap. Look out from behind. Down he goes.
That was exactly what they didn't want. It'll still be about a 50-yard field goal here.
Joshua Josephs from the backside, and Milroe never felt him coming.
That's why I was thinking they might play it safer in field goal range. Here's the blitz right from the outside, follows them in, and then gets right. That had to be a bust by that Alabama offensive line because that was not a clean blitz. Either the tackle didn't turn out or the guard didn't pop out.
Remember, Jenny said Will Reichert's been thinking about that miss last year, all year, from 50 up and got it. Will Reichert, a 50-yard field goal, has stretched the Alabama lead to 7 by about 7 inches inside the posts.
Tennessee's got it. All right.
Did Alabama ever need that?
Fires for the end zone, looking for Burton, and it's knocked away and intercepted. Tipped in the end zone and intercepted by Tennessee.
They keep trying the ground game. This time it works. Lays it out there, and he's got Bond. Isaiah Bond. Touchdown. Our IHG Hotel and Resorts game recap. Quite a second half for Alabama. They've turned things around. They've scored 20 points unanswered in the second half. Jalen Milroe has warmed things up. And we welcome you back with a little over 8 minutes to go. In regulation, anyway. We didn't think we were going to have this kind of drama earlier, and now it looks like we have it, partner.
So many of these great football games, and not surprised we're going to get another. Remember early it was 29-10 Tennessee plays. Well, it's 58-57. Alabama has come back to within one play. They've turned this game around.
Nick Saban told Jenny Dell, I think we're going to find a way to get it rolling. They've got it rolling. And now after the 50-yard field goal, they've got a touchdown lead. And Reichert nails it into the end zone. Tennessee will bring it out to the 25. On Tuesday, November 14th, the NCIS franchise is going down under for the very first time. Two teams of highly trained misfits will come together to defuse naval crimes in the most contested patch of ocean on the planet. NCIS Sydney, new series, Tuesday, November 14th on CBS. Joe Milton and the Volunteer offense looking for some points this half. And now they trail by 7. Dylan Sampson got 4 before he's tracked down by Jihad Campbell. And that'll work us under the 8-minute mark. Quick throw at the flat, same guy. Sampson trying to make some people miss, and he does enough to pick up the first down.
Took the wide splits, tougher for those linebackers to get out there. One key block. Malachi gets blocked outside, and then a forward play. They need every yard they can get right now.
Milton, backside pressure, down he goes, the ball is out. It's going to be scooped, and it might be a score. It is! Campbell, touchdown, Alabama!
Braswell came around the outside, made the play, thought he had a touchdown 2 weeks ago on the blocked field goal. This time, the sack fumble got one for the team.
Campbell with 2 big plays in the last couple of minutes. And all of a sudden, it's the Tide by 2 scores. Reichard's extra point up and good.
As you said, how about that for Campbell? He gets the benefit of the good job of that defensive line to stop the 4th down play. This time, the sack around the corner from Chris Braswell. He scoops it, and he scores.
Here comes Braswell. Milton couldn't feel him coming, waited too long. The forced fumble. And then the fumble the other way for 6 by Campbell. Alabama by 14. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Invesco QQQ. Sonic. Wagoneer. By State Farm. Almost can't hear myself over the crowd. Don't forget, though, before we're done, it's a play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. That guy might be involved.
That's at least a nominee right there, don't you think?
Yep. Tennessee has now seen Alabama score 27 straight points as we take a look at our Ford game changer. It was the offense.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Started out with a running play and then a nice design play by the Alabama coaching staff. Gets Isaiah Bond wide open. The crossing route to Jermaine Burton hanging in there nice. And then dialing up the quarterback to get it near the goal line. And Jace McCullen takes it in from there. A little bit of everything for this Alabama offense in the second half.
And now the pressure definitely on Tennessee's offense, which was so proficient in the first half, and Joe Milton. But they haven't scored here in the second half, and they need some, and they need some in a hurry. That didn't start it well.
When you say proficient, you're right. They had 275 yards in the first half, 46 so far in the second half. This Alabama defense has just tuned it up.
2nd and 9. Milton pressured, loads it, and lets it fly out of bounds.
One of the things that the defensive backs for Alabama had been schooled all week is the guy can throw the ball 80 yards. Do not give up on your coverage. If he runs the ball, if the receiver goes 70 yards, you stay with him stride for stride.
And now the defense will pin their ears back here, and the crowd will try to help them. 3rd down and 9. Alabama just a 3-man rush. Milton throws far side, too high, incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Jacob Warren.
Dallas Turner was in the game, but he was spying. That's why it was a three-man rush.
Yep. He just kind of trailed along the back of the other guys. He
kind of backs up. They almost looked like they had two spies on the play.
So nothing to do but punt here for Jackson Ross. So a 3 and out by the Volunteers.
He's been an effective punter, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. McKinstry, and again, he let the fair catch go, didn't make the catch, and is going to roll all the way down around the 1 yard line.
Well, that's how this game in the second half got jump started for Alabama when the kickoff went down to the 3. Now a punt goes to the 1, and Nick is not happy with him not catching this ball.
That's a 73-yard punt as McKinstry got out of the way, and it's dropped down at the 1 yard line. Invesco brings you today's Scholar Athletes. Dylan Sampson from Tennessee, Chris Braswell from Alabama, a sports management master's major, a grad student. He showed us why he's that smart. Invesco, proud to support student athletes on and off the field with a donation to both Tennessee and Alabama's general scholarship funds. He says, I got my master's in scoop and score.
Well, Braswell kind of had a delayed. He was standing there, and all of a sudden he went and produced that sack fumble.
Alabama's last drive, 15 plays, took almost 8 minutes. And now 6:46 on the clock as they have to start from their own 3. And Jace McClellan almost got away. And a nice job with hanging in there and bringing him down was Wesley Walker.
Yeah, I thought he might get the edge here and get it out of trouble. A successful play, but not the big play that would look for a couple strides there. I thought he was going.
By the way, they moved that ball out to the 3, so it was a 71-yard punt. It was first touched at the 3-yard line, if you're wondering why they lined up where they did. And now Alabama using some clock here. Try to wind it down maybe to the 6-minute mark. Jalen Milroe standing on his own goal line. Tough half yard for McClellan.
Yeah, Malik Benson that time kind of was facing off on his defender and didn't finish the block, and that's the guy that fell off and made the tackle.
Tennessee and Alabama both have their full complement of timeouts. It'll be interesting now to see if Alabama's just going to run this, and with a 14-point lead and play field position, you wouldn't think they'd get too innovative here at the 6-yard line.
I mean, I would think about play action and keeping it like that run down to the 3-yard line. Quarterback run here.
They're down at 7. Burton in motion. They'll just give it to McClellan, hoping he can bust through. And he got close, but a yard shy. He's pointing first down, but he's well short of it.
Yep. Ran the ball 3 straight times. Playing the clock. Playing the 14-point lead. You don't want another big mistake. Didn't catch the punt. That was a big one.
If it wasn't for the scoop and score and it was only a 7-point game, it changes everything.
Absolutely.
But they've got the luxury of being up 14. And now we're under 5 minutes.
Amari Thomas is down on the field. Very interesting injury there because Tennessee was not ready for this punt return. They only had 5 people on the field.
And Alabama had the regular offense out there, at least to maybe try to draw them off sides.
Exactly.
So this will halt everything right now with a 4th and 1 coming up. Omari Thomas, the Volunteer down and now up with 4:45 remaining. Omari Thomas has shaken off whatever the problem was.
Come on, he's right here. He's going off. He looks back. He looks back to the bench, and he knows they're in trouble. And then it's his knee or shoulder. He's not sure.
Everything hurts. Everything hurts. So now it's 4th down and 1.
The other part of this is the clock was down to 8. They're going to run. Gene Sarator called us up and said, make sure you notice that the clock will go down to back to 40, and they'll get a full 40-second clock.
So hopefully Alabama knows that, because they can just stand there as long as they want. Right now, center judge gets out of the way. They're going to waste some valuable time if they do snap this thing, and I'm sure they're trying to draw Tennessee off sides. And there's the first clap. Almost worked. Now under center. Milroe. Everybody bunched up on Tennessee's side. Calling the longest signal maybe of his entire quarterbacking life.
Full 40 seconds. Alabama, will they call timeout or just take 5 yards? They call timeout.
So, good strategy by Nick Saban and the Crimson Tide to use more clock. Still to come, Adam, Rick, and BJ will put this one in perspective for you and present the day's best highlights on the U.S. Army postgame show.
Just one more point about that injury and then putting the clock back at 40. That ended up being from 3rd down to 4th down, 32 seconds down to 8, then 40 seconds, 72 seconds off the clock before they're going to punt the ball.
And now Burnip to punt. Remember, D. Williams back on the other end. Had a punt return for a touchdown last week that won the game for Tennessee. This time he's not going to get his hands on it. Taking Alabama a bounce inside the 45, around the 44. And again, Tennessee has all their timeouts, 3:53 to work. Tomorrow night, 7 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Gear up for some play on the pitch as the Challenge Cup winners. North Carolina Courage takes on Gotham FC in this year's NWSL quarterfinal. See who moves on to the semis and one step closer to being crowned a champion. Second half possessions, not anything like the first half for Tennessee. They've been held scoreless. And time running out on a back-to-back win over Alabama for Tennessee. Joe Milton, quarterback draw. And Milton, he got tripped up, or he might still be going.
Absolutely. One thing you can't have if you're Alabama is a quick touchdown.
Deontay Lawson saved one right there.
Quarterback draw, good call, and Lawson just the shoe tops.
Milton fires near side, broken up, incomplete. Nice play by Trey Amos.
Amos in the game for Terrion Arnold, not in the game. Remember, number 3 would be normally there. They've head down to the backup corner, and he makes the play.
Tennessee needs 2 touchdowns. Milton waits and fires to Squirrel White, who was sensational in the first half, quieter in the second.
Watch Campbell make his play number 30. He forces the receiver outside. He has that inside technique. If you're going to throw it, you got to throw it outside.
Milton rips one to the near side, and that one is complete to Ramel Keaton at a first down.
Clock will still run. A year ago, it would stop.
Dylan Sampson in the backfield with Joe Milton. He's going to run a quarterback draw again, and Milton again with a big opening and dives forward inside the 15-yard line.
You know, I've been wondering where this has been all year for Tennessee. They're using it effectively. Will it be enough?
An 18-yard gain. Now Milton to the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. McKinstry was covering over there on Caleb Webb.
Watch McKinstry smartly use that sideline. They line up wide, and he pushes them wide, top of the screen. He knows where his help is, never even turns around, never panics.
The numbers have come tumbling down in this second half for Joe Milton. He still had a good day, but they need more than good right now here in the red zone. Squirrel White's the slot man to the top of your screen, and flags fly.
First illegal procedure penalty. First pre-snap penalty by the Tennessee offense.
Number 66. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Dane Davis is the guy that jumps.
The clock was running way down. He could almost feel it out there.
.232 left. Milton fires and is complete to Webb, who got inside the 10. And it's third down. They need to get to the 4-yard line for a first down. 9 yards to the end zone for a touchdown. Milton stands tall, now trying to get out of there. Throws late, incomplete. It's fourth down. Squirrel White was the intended receiver.
Nice job by Joe Milton here this time. He could feel the pressure, rolls out of it, knows he's going to get hit, and tries to just get rid of it. Thinks he might get a holding penalty, but he doesn't get it.
Malachi Moore was covering. Here's the ball game for Tennessee.
Oh, another one. Dane Davis again. Right tackle.
66. 5-yard penalty. Only fourth down.
Pre-snap penalties were a problem a year ago at Tennessee, at Florida earlier in the year. No problem all game until this spot right here.
Same problem at Georgia last year.
Yep.
Well, I'll say this, they got more room to work right now. They're 0 for 2 on fourth down. Those were Josh Heupel's decisions. This one's a no-brainer. The only time they're going to have the ball with enough time to score a touchdown. 4th and 10. Milton. Pocket starting to collapse. Throws, end zone, incomplete. Squirrel White was the closest receiver.
So Alabama has given up some yards, but in the red zone, they have been effective all game. 3 times in there, and now a 4th time on fourth down, they get another stop.
Milton looking for a defensive holding call or something to go his way. So was Josh Heupel.
Yeah, Josh was a couple calls. He's going, we can't get a call. Were they grabbing us?
Two minutes remaining. 1 touchdown on 4 trips to the red zone. Won't do it. Not on the road.
The story early, and it ended up being the story late.
Well, I know I've got a better nose for things like this, but I can already smell the smoke.
You can already. Well, you got 3 timeouts left.
I know. There's a lot of ball left.
Okay.
McClellan. One of those timeouts will come right now.
But you are right. I do smell the smoke. There they go.
Well, you can start to think about lighting him if you got him. Gary, a lot of struggles for this guy in the first half, not so much second half.
That's where he started out strong with the running game, and then he got the passing game going. And I thought Tommy Rees had a great second half calling the plays. Remember, they went to Burton when they need him, and they went to the running game when they needed. And then early in the game, remember that beautiful formation with the switch release for the touchdown. Jalen Milroe, a little bit of everything today, and I think a wide open called play game by Tommy Rees.
Second down and 7. Tennessee down to 2 timeouts. McClellan, he got to the 20, but that's it. And Tennessee not going to take another timeout, I guess, right here. Yes, they are. So there's Jalen Milroe's numbers. 14 to 21, 220, and 2. And the 1 interception.
One thing is for sure, we visited with Jalen Milroe and Kool-Aid. They love that guy. This team loves Jalen Milroe.
No doubt.
They want him to be their quarterback. He has earned their respect. He's learning on the go. He's getting better every week. Kind of a bad second half last week, but he's had a good football game here, as you said, in the second half.
And if nothing crazy happens, here's the West standings coming into the day. LSU has a date with Army tonight, and then LSU and Alabama get together 2 weeks from now right here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. So those are your top two teams in the West. Georgia idle today, the top team in the East. Tennessee, unless they can come from behind in the next minute 50, will not be able to stay just one game behind Georgia in the East. And they've got a November 18th date in Knoxville against Georgia, but they'd have to hope that Georgia stumbles somewhere else along the line before then. Fourth down. The ladies are getting involved. Why not? Back in 30 seconds. Alabama will be punting, but Tennessee's out of timeouts with 1:43 remaining in the fourth quarter. D. Williams could change the complexion of this in one run back that we saw last week, but I'm sure Burnip knows that as well. Kicked it somewhere other than to number 3. And he kicked it to him at the 32. And he's dragged down. Nice job on the punt coverage. Just a short return with 1:33 to go.
So just thinking back, and Ness, you and I were both looking at each other. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter when Josh Heupel went for it on 4th and a yard and a half. They were leading
in his own territory,
leading 20-17, and after that, it's been the opposite ball game the whole way. You know, Josh is very aggressive with his play calling. That's the way he runs this program. I'm sure, you know, it didn't work out this time, but that's the way he likes to do it.
That's right. From the 37, Milton on the little cross. Jalen Wright just gets what he can. Deontay Lawson brought him down within 1:20. And that Tennessee offense that's supposed to get a playoff every 22 seconds, they better do it here. Milton, quarterback run. And got the first down. So that's going to stop things just for a second until they reset. Joe Milton's going to have some sore shoulders from some of his runs
today. Has. He hasn't slid today, has he?
Now the clock will start from the 48. Milton again has to throw short.
Umpire took a tough hit there.
That might stop play.
That's a tough one. Got run right over. Linebacker trying to adjust to the throw. Watch him go right through the linebacker after the catch. Oh.
Well, he's back up, and so's the Tennessee offense, but Milton's going the wrong direction. Down he goes, way back inside the 40. Dallas Turner.
Chris Braswell flushes him towards his partner on the other side, and Turner makes the play. Watch it, 41 from the right side, puts pressure on, so he spins back the other way, right to number 15.
3rd and 19. Milton's going to load and fire and a crossing route to Jalen Wright, and he's got the first down. With 10 seconds, all that remains. And the Tennessee fans were cheering on their trip here to Tuscaloosa in the first half with a 20-7 lead, but 27 Alabama points later, and this one's going to be in the books after this throw and catch. And that'll do it. Alabama gets revenge from a year ago in Knoxville at home with a resounding second half victory, 34-20. Again, you beat Nick Saban once. It's almost impossible to do it 2 times in a row. Josh Heupel unable to, as so many before him, has had the same result.
Such a great start for Tennessee. But remember, we thought first field goals would come back and haunt them.
Yep.
I think it really did.
Sure did. But for Alabama, the only blemish was out of conference, remember, to Texas right here. Nick Saban, another win. Jenny's with him.
Coach, after the first quarter, you told me you needed to adjust the game plan. How did this team not only buy in, but excel at that?
Well, I think the big thing was we came out in the second half, 2 plays and a touchdown, changed the whole momentum of the game, got our team excited, got our team having energy, and we played great after that. So, you know, my hat's off. The fans were great. It's a great win for us. It's always great to beat Tennessee. Jalen did a great job. Offense did a great job in the second half, but the defense shut them out in the second half, too.
I don't know if you can tell, but it's getting a little smoky in here, and it's well documented that you actually do not like smoking cigars. But how are you going to celebrate this one tonight?
Well, I'll chew on one for a while.
Here you go.
Tell you that. There we go.
All right, Jalen, over here. He's going to chew on it tonight. I don't know what you're going to be doing, buddy. This reaction is everything. How is this team able to turn the tide tonight in this matchup?
Yeah, it's all about our finish, you know, our brotherhood and our commitment, and then everything that comes with 4 quarters. Like we talked about in the offseason, it all factored in today. What a great win, what a great opponent, and that's the way to finish.
I know that this one was personal. How satisfying is this win after what happened last season?
Yeah, you know, this was a tough game. You know what happened last year, but the biggest thing we had to do was flip the page and acknowledge that we got a game this year, you know, and we had to take care of business.
Go have fun with your teammates out there.
Thank you. Roll Tide!
Too bad he doesn't have a personality.
Sure does.
Well, Nick's usually chewing butt. He can chew cigar in the locker room. And he's got it with him in his left hand. Happy group in Bryant-Denny Stadium. Now it's time for the play of the game, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. And it was a big one. Pressure coming from Chris Braswell from behind. Joe Milton didn't feel it until it was too late. Out comes the ball. Jihad Campbell with a scoop, with a score, with a deciding touchdown. Here's how Eli Gold called it on Alabama radio.
Alabama now watching as the quarterback, Milton, stands in. The ball is knocked free. It's picked up by Alabama, and rumbling in for the touchdown is the Crimson Tide's Jihad Campbell. We had just spoken about him taking advantage of playing time, and he gets the loose football that takes it on in.
And Jalen Milroe, a huge second half, heads into a happy locker room here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Now, Coach Saban's birthday's coming up on Halloween, and he might just take that one to the lake with him and chew on it a little bit longer. And he's taking it to the locker room with him.
He's got a bye week. He's got plenty of time
to smoke it. So the West looks like this. Alabama's still perfect. Their date with LSU is 2 weeks from tonight, right here. And in the East, Georgia idle today. Tennessee drops another game off the pace. They've got a date with the Bulldogs November 18th on Rocky Top. That's going to do it. Big first half for Tennessee. A bigger second half for Alabama. For Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore, our entire CBS crew, Brad Nessler, saying so long from Tuscaloosa. Final score, Crimson Tide 34, the Volunteers of Tennessee 20. We'll send you back to Adam Zucker and company for the U.S. Army postgame show right after these messages. See you next week in Jacksonville.